Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. We are coming up on I would say pretty interesting week in Call of Duty here, because initially this was supposed to be the final week of season 1. But as we know, season 2 got delayed until February 14th by an additional 2 weeks. So now we have a few more weeks left of season 1 and a lot of questions about what could actually be happening in these new final few weeks of the season. But nonetheless, we do have a new update coming to Warzone and Vanguard this week. We got some slight previews as to what to expect for those. And we also had a new update go live in Vanguard over the weekend that ended up changing a handful of things as well. So as we go over everything, if you enjoy the video at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it. It would be seriously appreciated. And of course, if you're new to the channel or if you're part of the 58% of viewers who are not currently subscribed, every day I got you covered with all things going on in COD. News, updates, loadouts, tips, you'll find it all right here. So feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. And also, today is the final day of the month that my G Fuel discount code Immortal will get you 30% off everything on the site. So if you want to grab anything there, right now is the perfect time to do so. Code Immortal has you covered. So first things first, because it is a new week, we're going to have our standard weekly updates go live in Warzone and in Vanguard. Unfortunately, we don't see any huge previews for the Vanguard updates. I don't know why they've sort of cut those out in the past. They always used to go in and preview the new playlists, the new modes, whatever else was going to be added in for the week, the store bundles and whatnot ahead of time. Now, though, it's pretty much just limited to Warzone and Warzone alone. But hey, we do know we have a new playlist update coming this week on the 27th. We're not too sure beyond this. I'll talk more on that in a moment just because of the uncertainty in the extension of season 1. But as far as this week's new playlist update goes, first and foremost, we are going to have Vanguard Resurgence trios on Caldera, obviously. So if you want to play with the planes, if you want to play with the increased zone pacing, where basically the game just plays a lot faster, you get your loadout a little bit sooner, you have the fire sale and whatnot, we'll have that available for just trios this week. We're also going to have standard battle royale for solos, duos, trios, and quads. So any party size can play that. Of course, that's all the Cold War, all the Modern Warfare, all the Vanguard weapons and operators, everything going on there. Also the slower pacing with the longer zones and whatnot. So whatever you want to play there, you got the option to do so. We're also going to have standard plunder trios, not Vanguard plunders. So any weapons and any operators go there as well. And then lastly, for Rebirth Island, we once again have some options. One thing I will say, I love the fact that they're giving us multiple playlists for Rebirth specifically. This week, we're going to see duos or quads for Resurgence. So you have the standard quads, which is by far the fan favorite mode on Rebirth. But if you want to play some duos, you'll have the option for that as well. Like I said, they used to just do like only Resurgence quads or only Resurgence trios. I like the fact that we pretty much always had quads throughout this month, but with a couple of other options in there as well. Props to Raven for that. Now, over the past few weeks, honestly, we really have seen Call of Duty step it up in terms of general communication. It's still not at the most ideal point, but they have been a lot more vocal with the community on some of the things they are looking into, including bug fixes and stability updates and whatnot, because as we know, console still got a ton of issues going on with it, and just in general, Warzone in its current state is not the greatest, I guess we could say, right? So as far as the fixes that are still in progress, the Trello board for Warzone really hasn't been updated all that much since the middle of the month, but we do know there's a handful of things they do have as like priority updates, including the well gun challenge not unlocking for players. But on top of that, the well gun in general is pretty busted. You can't put camos on the well gun. That's a big issue. The barrel is still invisible. The shrouded barrel, I think, is invisible. Other barrels, if you put them on, make the optics basically zoom into your face way too much. So the well gun in general is very glitchy, not just the fact that you can't unlock it in Warzone specifically, but in general, it's got a lot of issues. So we could see some changes to the well gun this week. There's also a lot of issues on Xbox right now in terms of the game crashing more so than before. If you press the home button, that might cause the game to crash. And then there's also a lot of stability issues going on there still. Of course, on PlayStation as well, there's some other stability issues going on. They have said in all their previous posts that console performance and console stability overall is at the top of their priority list. So it's very possible that this week we could see some surprise updates with some performance updates and some quality of life updates there. That's the most ideal situation, and of course, if that ends up happening, I'll be sure to keep you guys updated. Now, real quick before we shift focus into all the Vanguard stuff we got to cover, I did want to briefly talk about the end of season 1 now and sort of what to expect in these extra few weeks that we now have before season 2 goes live on February 14th. So initially, previewing the end of season 1, which was supposed to end next week, it didn't seem like all that much was going on. But now that we have 2 additional weeks, we should still be seeing some updates happen, of course, each Thursday leading up to February 14th. As of right now, they haven't previewed any of the playlists there. We don't have that sort of extended preview for that yet. I hope and I imagine we probably will see some sort of communication and some information on that, hopefully in the coming days. But then also, usually towards the end of every single season, we do see some sort of, player events, if you will. This includes triple threat events where we see some double weapon XP, some double rank XP, then also some double battle pass tier progression. Wouldn't be surprised if we end up seeing that maybe go live later this week, maybe next week, maybe the week just before season 2 actually launches. Then on top of that, we usually always see some kind of like battle pass tier sale as well, where they discount the tiers to like 50 COD points instead of 100. That one's not really as important as some of the other stuff, but usually there are some sort of XP events going on towards the end of a season. That way players can max out their battle pass just in time before the season comes to a close, or they can go ahead and reach their max rank for the season, whatever the case may be. So I would expect those to be coming in the next couple of days before season 2 launches. Again, same deal with the future changes. If anything surfaces there regarding that news, I'll keep you guys updated, so stick it here for that. And then to round things out today, I did want to briefly talk about some Vanguard stuff. Late last week on the 20th, of course, right after I posted my update video going over all the changes, Vanguard got a brand new update that included some additional patch notes, so I did want to cover those here briefly in case you missed those. As far as the weapon updates go, long shots now count when achieved through incendiary rounds damage over time, so those will be a bit easier. Also, something not mentioned here is the fact that long shots on the Panzerfaust now do not have to be direct impact, so that makes that a little bit easier as well. They also fixed an issue when previewing the Whale Gun after unlocking challenges in multiplayer. It doesn't miss those camo challenge details anymore. Then there was an unintended behavior with the Buck and Slug, so they ended up fixing that as well. For perks, players with the Fortified perk no longer are immune to any fire damage, including the Flame Knot and the Incendiary Grenade. For streaks, they fixed an issue where some players did not retain their kill streaks in between rounds, and you can no longer gain infinite ammo with a kill streak bug exploit. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know that existed. For weapon balancing, this is the big part of the update on the shotguns. The Akimbo double barrel, the damage was reduced, and then for the attachments on the Buck and Slug, that range was also reduced, so you're gonna notice those being less and less lethal in game, and hopefully less annoying as well. Then on top of that, they also made some changes to the CDL recipes, they call them, which is an interesting way to put it, and there were a few zombies changes as well that you guys can see on the screen. So slight update there from late last week. Apologies for not covering that earlier. Inconvenient timing for that update to go live like 10 minutes after I posted my video for the day, but yeah, a couple of changes in Vanguard, and like I said earlier, we should see a new playlist update and a new update in general in Vanguard later this week as well. Unfortunately, no real preview for that though. But with all that being said, that is effectively going to wrap things up for today. That's what we know about this week's update for Warzone, specifically with the playlist updates, and also what to expect for the general end of season 1 here between Warzone and Vanguard with the new XP events and everything going on there. If you guys enjoyed the video though, let me know by dropping a like on it. Really does help the channel grow. And of course, if you're new here or if you haven't subscribed yet, we are on the road to 1 million subscribers, and every single day I got you covered with all things going on in COD, news, updates, loadouts, tips. It is all right here, so feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. That way you'll always know whenever I post a new video. As always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code WHosImmortal for a discount on all Scuff, G Fuel, Gamer Advantage, and Control Freak products. The links for all those can be found down in the description below. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.